Namaste, Nancy. Sorry it took me a while to get this to you, but I figured it might be easier just to do a video to show you some of these postures, instead of just writing out a list or sending photos or websites or anything like that. So I've come up with a few that I think will be good for building core strength, and also I've thrown in some that I think will be beneficial for opening up the hips and lower back, the sacrum. It's helped me a lot. These are usually the way I open most of my classes, so they made a big difference. I also have tight hips and lower back from running and everything, and I have bursitis in my hips, so these postures to me have made a huge difference. As always, usual disclaimer, listen to your body. If anything feels uncomfortable, don't do it, stop, pull back, and that's really the biggie. Just listen to your body and see how it goes. Also, always, whenever you're doing any posture, really try to be mindful of engaging your core, really pulling the belly button into the spine, activating the abdominal muscles, and just as you breathe and exhale, really engaging in the abs. In any posture, even just seated here, elongating through the spine, pulling that belly button in. The more you activate them, the more you work them, the stronger they become. So that's just another aspect of it, and you can kind of work it in any posture. So to begin, we're going to start on our backs. I won't go through the whole centering. I'm sure you know how to do all of that, but just moving through the postures. So bringing the feet to the floor, engaging those abs, getting long through the spine, starting to roll all the way to the mat. From here, on the inhale, right knee comes in, left knee comes in. On the exhale, gently rolling from side to side. Mindful of the breath, big full inhales and exhale. Just whatever feels good here, taking a big breath in and out, releasing left foot to the floor, crossing right ankle over left thigh, threading the needle, inhaling, coming through, coming to where you feel comfortable. It could be on top of the shin, it might be right behind the thigh, just wherever feels good for you, holding and breathing. Maybe on the exhaling, you engage and kind of bring in, pull the knee in a little closer, breathe, and really try to take the breath to that hip. I like to envision it coming in through my nose, going down my body, and then going to the spaces I'm trying to work. So that might be helpful too. So more big breath. Exhale, release everything down, and then move through to the opposite side. Inhaling, crossing over, exhaling, pulling through. Same thing here, big full breaths into the hip. If it feels okay, you can, on your exhales, kind of guide that right knee and a little bit closer, finding a little bit more openness through the left hip. Big full breaths. Exhale, release everything down. Both feet come to the floor. Take a big inhale with your abs. Pull the legs in. Hold. Again, you can rock from side to side. And then take a big breath in. And out. Drop the arms out to a T. Bringing the knees up. If you want to work the hip, you can always cross one leg over. If that's not comfortable, you can just bring the knees up. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, drop everything over to the left, ground down in the right shoulder, trying to make sure it doesn't come off the ground. And just kind of let this be loose, organic, just let it kind of move slowly and let it open on its own, taking the breath all the way from the nose, down the spine, into the hip, into the sacrum. Full big breaths. And you can hang out here for as long as it feels good. I can stay here all day, it feels great. Then a big inhale, coming back up. Exhale, drop everything over to the right. Again, if this is uncomfortable, don't do it if this bothers your back. But generally, just kind of see if you can let gravity and breath actually open those spaces that might be tight in your hips and in your lower back. Be big, full breathing. I like to gently kind of encourage my top leg to open a little bit more. And again, if you feel that you can do it and cross over, and just kind of let that start to open naturally as well, that helps. So big full breath here. On the exhales, coming back to center. Inhaling, just extending the heels up to the ceiling, maybe using the abs, engaging, popping up a little bit, bringing the hands right underneath the bottom, and just hanging out here. This is kind of the legs at the wall position, and obviously you're meant to do it against the wall, but it's good. It's a gentle kind of, you are using your abs to hold your legs up. So that's beneficial, and it's a great restorative posture as well. Doing it up against the wall at the end of the practice, that's great too. So taking a few big breaths in, and then again, take a big breath in. On the exhale, pull both knees into the body. This time we're going to hold the right knee in, release the left knee down to the mat. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, my headband's falling off. On the exhale, drop right arm down, left hand comes to right knee. Again, another twist. Twisting is so key for detoxifying the body. But for me and for people who have tight hips, this is just such an essential posture. Breathing in this gentle belly twist. Again, grounding down through the right shoulder. Big full breath. And let this be loose. Don't force it. Just let it happen. If you want to hold this for several minutes, that would be great. So full big breath here. On the exhale, hugging that knee back into the chest. Exhale with control, using those abs, lower down. Inhaling, left knee comes in. Exhaling, dropping left arm to the mat. Right hand to the knee, open up through the side, the obliques, grounding down in the left shoulder, and breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, rolling back over, hugging the knee in, and release it down. From here, gently extending arms overhead, toes, move away from the face, nice full big body stretch, getting long, and on the exhale, melting down into the mat. From here, inhale, get long again. Exhale, both knees come into the body. From here, we're going to start Buddha rolls. So if this feels good, you can try it. If it doesn't, just move to a seated position, however feels good for you. So from here, just gently start to rock. Forward, back, forward, and maybe on the floor roll, catching, coming up to Navasana. So, let's give you that. So Navasana, boat pose, straight line from hips to shoulders, keeping the knees nice and bent, open up through the chest. Now this is like the key core builder for yoga, so it's a great strengthener. You can challenge yourself by touching feet to floor, extend, feet, extend. Maybe take turns, or a couple of those, maybe 10 times, then pulling the knees in, rolling out, full big breath, open through the back body. Let the head be heavy. And then coming back to the posture, same thing, extending, dropping the arms out to the sides. Maybe one foot comes down, some toe touches. Maybe you work to straighten the legs. So keeping the chest open, keeping the breath alive and full. Maybe try to work up to holding this for a minute, then 2 minutes, and 3 minutes, and on and on. So lots of fun. Take a big breath in, hugging the knees in, releasing down. Just again, give yourself a nice big hug. And then find your Sukhasana, easy sitting position. So you can line up the heels if that's okay, if that feels good. If your knees come up, you can always put blocks underneath them. The idea is not to be strained. So you can do that. You can use blankets or bolsters or however it is that you want to work that. So again, this is another